Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and in today's reformer workout, we're going to do a quick energy booster using the Jumpboard today. So if you're short on time or you just need those endorphins to rise, this is going to be a great workout for you. I am working on a balanced body piece of equipment here, so for those that are working on a different model at home, I will make those necessary spring settings for you to make those adjustments. And for those that are new here, welcome. I have over 35 different apparatus workouts on the channel, and I have categorized it in the playlist by apparatus. So feel free to check those out to simplify your search. And for those that are thinking about becoming a Pilates instructor or enhancing your Pilates practice, I am a master trainer. Function Pilates has its own teacher training program. We do in-person in Tempe, Arizona, and we do virtual. So I would love to share more information on how you can get educated on that. And if you're interested in opening up your own studio, perhaps you are a Pilates instructor or you want to become a business owner and love the Pilates industry, Function Pilates is a groundbreaking franchise, and I'm happy to share more information on how to get started in your area. But for those that are ready to get working out, I have some other recommended workouts on the channel in that description box, links below, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and begin by placing one red spring on and removing everything else. Have your jump board set up, and once you're ready, go ahead and lie down on your back. As you get comfortable here, just go ahead and check in with your body, maybe pull those knees into your chest and start to add some circular movement around those hip sockets as we just loosen everything up and begin to internalize this warm-up. Perfect. Let's go ahead and stretch those legs to the sky and soften the knees. Nice and easy here as we open up the back of those legs. Let's start to imprint the spine here as well. So just take some nice pelvic tilts to rock your pelvis back, allowing your spine to imprint, or your low back to imprint into the mat here. Perfect. As we find that connection, we're on that one red spring or that one medium spring. Let's start parallel, just together, and start to jump out once you're ready. You could be about hip distance, you could be as a unit, allowing those feet to touch. And we're doing about 10 repetitions here. So again, as you're jumping out, focus on energizing your legs and pointing out through your toes. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and transition to a single leg. So left leg in tabletop, right leg is jumping out. Just about 5 and switch it. There you go. Focus on that pelvis staying in neutral and staying squared. And after 5, we're going to go back to heels together, toes apart in that Pilates V, squeezing those inner thighs together as you activate the pelvic floor. So you want to focus on lifting from your pelvic floor, engage your Kegel muscles, scoop that belly down and in. Perfect. About 10 repetitions here. And then right into a single leg variation. So stretch that leg back to the sky, or if we need tabletop, go ahead and do that. I'm going to aim for 10 repetitions here on this side. You can keep it at 5 if that feels better for you today. But again, just focus on the energy reaching out from your toes and switch when you're ready. Another 10 here. So as you're jumping out, it's really important to understand that you want to maintain all the natural curves of your spine, or we're going to be imprinting your spine. Flattening your back is another way of thinking about it, just so that you are not arching your back and creating any low back discomfort. Back to both legs on a wide turned out position. Push out, just slightly separate those legs as you're jumping. Another 10 repetitions here. Perfect. So it shouldn't be overly exhausting to your legs. I mean, we are moving from one flow to the next. That is the idea, but take the necessary breaks that you need. All right, just walk it out as we prance, articulating through the ankles and through those toes. Just start to feel your heart rate go back down. Focus on your breath here. Shoulders are dropped away. And we'll soften those knees and return back in. So I'm not going to change the springs here, so let's just go ahead and maintain that. However, if this does get a little heavier for you, go down to a lighter spring or one blue spring. Let's have the left hand with the handle. We're going to extend that left leg over the board, And we're going to go for an arm series. So take an exhale to drop that arm down. With control, it brings it back up and the wrist is going to stay over the shoulder. There you go. So about 10 repetitions here. These might not feel so bad with the heavier spring, but as we go into other variations, don't be alarmed if you need to decrease it. But as you're pulling down, let's start to focus on the muscle group. So think of the lats here as you pull through that armpit. Good. And then let's go ahead and bring it in for a tabletop version. Exhale. We're going to float that arm back towards our hip. So we're not going to go past our hip. Perfect. So as you reach your arm in front of you, you're going to stop where the wrist is where the shoulder, or you're going to stop before you feel like that shoulder is going to round forward. So it's really important to maintain our form here. So again, about 10 repetitions, focusing on that muscle group. So it's not just the arm working, it's really the back. So the sides of the back here working. And then into the triceps. So soften that elbow and exhale, straighten out the arm. So again, these can be very difficult, especially if you are on your weaker side, not your dominant side. So as you push through about 5 of those, then come into the center without moving the carriage, rotator cuff here. So we're just burning it out. You should feel your shoulder working. We're minimizing the movement of the carriage. And then take it from anywhere from 5 to 10. These aren't always easy. And then return back in. Okay, so let's hang that up and then we're going to get to jumping here. So both feet are going to be grounded on that board. And once you're ready, go ahead and take an exhale to jump out with both legs. And you can hold your left hand in front of you for balance, but again, focus on the energy reaching out from your toes. And about 10 here before we do some single leg work. Good. And then from here, just rest your bottom leg, jumping out with your top leg. So you're going to feel that glute work a little bit more as we strengthen through the left hip. So as you are holding your side position, think of lifting from your right obliques to create that small mouse hole. Shoulders down. Bottom leg jumps, top leg is going to go over that board. Nice and easy. Again, no break for that left hip. You're going to feel that glute working. Think belly button to the spine and focus on your breathing pattern. You got it. And then switch it, jumping back out with that top leg and add a little lift. So take an exhale, lift it up. Super small movement. So it's a very controlled movement in order to, again, really feel like those glute muscles are being engaged and activated. And then it also makes the precision of the form a lot easier too. So bottom leg starts jumping, left leg over that board again. Let's exhale, focus on inner thigh as that bottom leg lifts up. So inner thigh activation, you're lifting that bottom leg to the top leg, not the top leg down to the bottom leg, if that makes sense. Good. And then let's go ahead and finish it. Both legs are jumping once again, just like we started. Really articulate through the ankle, point out through your toes. Nice. Again, just keeping those hips stacked and balanced. Shoulders away from those ears. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So very carefully, just go ahead and turn. And then we're going to start with our arm series again here. So I haven't made any changes to the springs, but if you had and you want to change your springs back, go ahead and do that. Right arm up to the top here. Extend that right leg over that board, or you can go ahead and keep it in tabletop. And then exhale to bring that arm down, and inhale, return up. Now feel free to do this entire arm series with that right leg extended or with that right leg bent with the left leg. So either option here. Really focus on that energy reaching from your fingertips. and activating those lat muscles. Good. Exhale, press. And then very carefully, we're going to bring it right back in. So reach that arm out in front of you. Take an exhale. Squeeze those lats to pull back. Inhale it forward. Exhale to pull back. So again, if you feel like your shoulder's rounding forward or drifting forward, pull that shoulder back. And it may limit your range of motion, but that's totally okay. Good. Exhale, press. Inhale to return. Beautiful work. Let your head relax down into that headrest and shoulders away from those ears. Once you hit about 10 here, we're going to go into our triceps. So soften that elbow, exhale, stretch. Think of lengthening out through the back of the arm. And reach. Exhale, reach for about 5 repetitions here. And on your last one, we're going to come in for the rotator cuff exercise. So minimize the movement of the carriage, lift and lower that arm so the elbow is going to be at 90 degrees as we burn it out. Excellent. And then go ahead and return in. Hang up that handle. And we're going to go back to jumping. So again, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Start jumping with both feet. Exhale to push out through those toes. Nice. Think of lifting from your left obliques off the mat so that you are focusing on that neutral pelvis. Good. Let's go ahead and start by jumping with that top leg. Bottom leg gets to relax. And then really focus on, even though you probably can't see much, but start to feel that you are staying in parallel here with that foot and it's not turning out. The knee staying in line with the hip as well. Let's start with that top leg over the board and the bottom leg jumping away from the board. Beautiful. Keep breathing, widening your chest here. And then back to your top leg. Add that little lift. So you're jumping and in midair we lift. Jump, midair we lift. You got it. Exhale, exhale. And then the bottom leg is going to jump and lift as well. So again, focusing on those adductors. So it's the leg lifting, not just the foot lifting. I know that can be hard to do, and maybe your range of motion is small, and that's totally fine. You just know where some other areas that you might want to work at later on. And then finish it off. 10 more jumps here with both legs. Good, just enough to get our heart rate up. And this is great to add on to any other reformer workout you're doing, or just like I said, it's an energy booster. So if you have short on time, you got things to do, just a quick little cardio and we are off with our day. So sit yourself up, and then we're going to keep that same spring right now. Do a little full body work with planks. So feel free to modify, come down to your knees if you need to. And then we're going to go ahead and push out to the exhale. Inhale to bring ourselves back in. So as you're inhaling, focus on those ribs. Again, expanding, pulling together. Think of your rib cage as a funnel here. Nice. Nice and slow. Keep those hips up if you're getting any low back discomfort. And then we're going to keep that left foot against the shoulder block. Bring that right foot slightly forward. And then I want to focus on more of the stretch in the calf here. So push your right heel down as far as you can into the mat as you push out, and then straighten your legs. You should feel a stretch here through the calf. Since we're not doing a ton of stretching today, this way it's going, so you're, from jumping, we get a little bit more elongation through that calf muscle. Switch when you're ready. And I would say anywhere from 5 to 10 reps here is going to be whatever's feeling good for you. It's the best part about listening to our body and what it needs. And then carefully step down. All right, so from here, we're gonna go on the lightest spring possible. So for me, that's gonna be a yellow spring. So for you, find your lightest spring possible. Add that on. If this is too challenging, then you're going up to a blue spring, the next spring up in weight, I should say. We're gonna be grabbing a hold of our risers, so go ahead and jump out, grab those risers, and then from here, let's just open and close the legs. Yes, separate as wide as the frame of the reformer and then close. And then carefully catch yourself back, jumping for 3, jumping for 2, and 1 more. Let's catch ourselves on those risers. Good. And then from here, let's helicopter the legs. So take them out, scissor the leg, widen out, scissor the leg, reverse it. 3, 2. You should feel your abdominals here working. 1 more time. And catch yourself. Good. Another few jumps here. And the lighter spring allows more hang time, so it's just more challenging on the abs. Grab those risers again here. So deep breath, lower those legs and lift. So create this heaviness with your legs as you lower, and then exhale, lift up. So it's easy to lower the legs, it's going to be harder to lift them up. So again, maintain the integrity of your spine here, and then catch yourself. Good. So we're going to go ahead and hold our L position, this scissor position. So wherever you can find your ankle, your calf, or the back of your thigh, and we're doing a single leg variation. And this is just not only challenging our abs, but it's giving us a deeper stretch through our hamstring. Since Pilates is focusing on flexibility, so you should almost even feel like your hip flexor, the top of your hip is stretching as you elongate through your jumping leg. And switch it again. And switch down to single leg variations. Stay curled up if you can, really challenging your core. And then when you're ready, go ahead and return, come back home. Very nice. So we're gonna sit ourselves up. Beautiful job here, guys. Let's add a blue spring or just add another medium spring to the mix so it's not super light going into our mermaid. So become parallel to the floor. Nice and easy, reach up with your right hand, push away with your left. Focus on your ribs shining up towards the ceiling here. Add rotation if that feels good for you, and then maybe a little arm work. So keep your shoulders squared, bend your elbows wide, pressing for 3. Exhale for 2. And 1 more, hold. Add extension, so really shining up your collarbone over that board. Nice. And then carefully adjust your left hand back through center, pick up your right arm, place that hand to the shoulder block, and do a reverse stretch. And let's switch it. Right hand goes to the board, left arm floats up and over. Take an exhale, become parallel to the floor, and inhale, return. And exhale to reach up and over, and inhale, return. Good. Adding rotation if that feels nice for you. And then adding a little arm work here for 3. Exhale for 2. Watch those shoulders, keep those elbows nice and wide. Hold it there with 2 straight arms. Lift up your chest and drop that chest down. Good. As you're lifting, shoulders roll down those back pockets of your shoulder blades. 1 more time. And then adjusting our right hand back in, pick up that left arm, go in for that reverse stretch. Very nice. Great job today, guys. Let's finish it with a couple roll downs to complete our workout. Hip distance apart. We're going to sweep those arms overhead, roll down, get a nice check-in with your body. Exhale to scoop that belly up and in. Head's the last thing up, shoulders roll back. 1 more time. Beautiful. Thank you again, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not yet a subscriber, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment.